Input costs are rising, and every decision in the field matters. For potato farmer and inventor Craig McCloskey of Bluefield Seeding Solutions, it all starts with one thing: precision at planting.
We all know that when it comes to seeding, spacing is important. But why is it still so important when input costs are rising, especially when?
Yeah, so spacing is still important when it comes to growing potatoes because not only does it, is a major factor in yield and quality and size distribution of the crop, but every single input is defined by the space that individual plant takes on the ground, with the exception of any seed treatment. But everything else, including sunlight, rain, water, any fertigation, everything is defined by that single. So the efficient use of all inputs are based on the space that is defined for that individual plant.
So if I'm looking at those input costs and I'm not getting uniformity, that's obviously the biggest concern. But what else am I losing if I'm not?
All your resources are defined. So to make the most efficient use of your resources, you have to decide on what your ideal spacing is. And once you know exactly what that is, your goal should be to get every single plant at that, and that will make the most use of resources and give you the best, maximize your yield and quality for that given variety.
So one of the challenges we see is set roll, and it's not something growers can see visually, but it's something that obviously impacts after the fact. So how does Bluefield's press system help to eliminate that?
Well, that was the first invention that was born right on my potato farm, is the press wheel itself, which eliminates set roll and just grabs the seed, holds it stationary, and replicates the uniformity of the seed being dropped by the planter. So that's the foundation of all our technology is, get that uniformity. And so that was the very first thing about 10 years ago.
Okay, so now we're going to get more interesting. Let's talk about your seed sensing technology.
Yeah, so that's just basically a smart wheel that when the press wheel runs over the seed, the seed actually pushes into the wheel a little bit when it becomes stationary, and that enables us, we sense that contact, and then we know the exact spacing of every individual seed on each row.
As a farmer sitting in the cab, if I'm sitting in the cab, how does that real-time feedback help me?
Well, it lets you know where your planter's underperforming, which row is underperforming, and also why. Like, is any particular row have more doubles or more misses? And that becomes quite obvious in the real time, but then there's accumulated data that you can look at to see over time which rows are underperforming. Lets a farmer, fix and in real time see what's going on with the planter of that actual final placement on the ground.
I can understand why that what impact that would have in real time, for sure.
Yeah, that's why all our customers seem to like it. I don't think most of them, after having it, and most of them, I don't know if they'd plant without it. At least I hope not.
I hope not too. I understand you have a new technology that we're going to be talking about. Can you talk through precise product placement?
Yes.
PPP.
Sure. So that's just, that can be added to any existing seed sensing system. And it's just built on top of the press wheel and then the seed sensing technology that it allows precise placement of in-furrow products is what it's all about. So not only is it putting it precisely, but we can shut it off in between the seeds on spacing greater than 8 inches.
As input costs continue to rise, this seems like it's more than just about yield.
Yeah, like let's control our costs and what the plants actually need. My father put, back 30 years ago, they put on a lot of fertilizer at the start, right? And in today's growing production, and it varies in every region, of course, but it's more about when the plant can actually uptake those resources, right? When they're actually needed. So this just helps the farmer hone in on that, the precise product placement, by precisely placing products right relative to the seed's placement. Yeah, and it also enables them to shut them off in between the seeds if they don't want to put products there, such as liquid starter fertilizer.
It seems like these are all like great tools in a farmer's toolbox, obviously. Do you recommend like them working together or individually? What's your kind of best practice?
Yeah, I think the seed sensing technology is just a no-brainer if you already have press wheels, because it gives you that real-time feedback, and also you collect the data, and it enables farm manager owners to view it remotely as well. The precise product placement, and that's kind of on an individual farm basis on what they're doing and what in-furrow products they're using now, right? And whether they can gain some efficiency there or reduce their cost per acre.
As a farmer, developing this technology, no pressure. You've got 3 products now that you're looking at. Anything new on the horizon, or have you solved all of the problems for seeding?
No, there's a couple of new ones. Some stuff that we're working on this year that'll hopefully be available for next year. But we won't talk about that till it's successfully developed, I guess, And we're going to just stay focused on this new technology that we're releasing this year, the precise product placement.
It feels like you're farmer first, then inventor, but it feels like you're switching. Are you switching to inventor first now?
No, I don't think I'm ever going to give up potato farming, or at least I don't plan to. I think that's the foundation of all our technologies, and it's typically starts on my farm or it begins on my farm, but then we have other friends and farmers that take the new technologies on, and they help us. They give us feedback and tell us, say, don't like that, we like that, this seems to work, why don't you do this? And so it's all our technologies have been developed by potato farmers for potato farmers.
So if I am a potato farmer and I'm excited about this technology and I don't have it, how do I get it?
Well, you call me, which is I'm easy to find, so you can just ring my number. Allen Equipment, they're a distributor here in the Maritimes and on the East Coast, and also Oxbow is now a distributor for the press wheels and Allen products. So in addition to those methods, we'd like to work with other manufacturers of all brands to get our technologies on their planters. So, I'd be very happy to hear from all the potato brand planters. We'd be quite excited, because it'd be the most efficient way for farmers to obtain the technology in a lot of cases, right? When they order a new planter, let's just put it on right from the factory. Or you can call me and we can ship it directly to you. So we got lots of ways to get a hold of us.
It feels like this is the kind of technology that we can't not have.
I hope so. I think, for a lot of commercial production of especially processing and table, I think it's a great technology that really helps farmers reduce the resources and fine-tune their production methods.
From spacing and uniformity to real-time feedback, Craig's approach is built to maximize every input. Now, see how that precision comes to life in the field.
So this is a seed sensing technology, the monitor, and you can see we have 1 row running here now, and this is a demonstration unit, and it's just simulating 1 row. And behind the wheel is the precise product placement, which is a nozzle assembly with solenoids that can shut the flow of the in-furrow products off in between the seed. And it's fully adjustable here on the monitor. So here we have the machine running, and we have these little seeds coming through underneath the wheel, and they all push into the wheel, and the wheel senses it, locks the seed in place, and as the seed travels by, we have the precise product placement right now applying 50% of the starter. We're simulating putting on starter fertilizer. So you can see here, we actually simulate a miss here we don't have a seed. So we didn't spray, we simulated a miss, but the farmer has the ability just by touching the screen, and you can actually turn that on. So it'll spray even where it has a miss, it'll spray where it's supposed to spray. It all starts with planting.